Hello, everybody. Welcome to SubTerraria Pack. Uh, I've been testing it a little bit offline here. I it I've been testing since well, I'm gonna tell you guys this. I've switched off of Windows and went to Linux since the end of the previous series. So we're gonna start off a new series. Malcore Duck Underground again. That is right, guys. If you've not seen my other ground-based ones, hop into there. I guess the world seed can just be LP Malcore uh Subterraria. There we go. Subterraria Tech STT. Okay. Create new world. And let's get underneath this ground here. This is a very interesting pack. I've like I said, I've tested it out. It's relatively a new pack. Took me a little bit to find a new pack that I wanted to play after that hardcore pack we just finished up. I'm sure that somewhere down below you'll easily find the uh, playlist for it. But this is Subterraria pack. So it is a questing pack. There is a lot of quests here. The Again, the ultimate goal of any of these packs that I play is always going to be, can we get the creative items? As you guys have seen in my previous ones. We will be going through mod packs like Create here. Uh, but to start out, we always click this. Starting out, we get food, sapling, and a transmutation table. Play with friends. Ultimine is in this pack. Project E, this is a highly Project E pack, my understanding. JEI will become our best friends. Seeds, easy way to get seeds, not an expert pack. Again, useful. And twerking for trees is in this pack. All right, so we are officially done with this. So we're going to set down our transmutation table right here. Anyway, guys. So we're going to start out with a little bit of twerking, a little bit of bashing this. We're going to place one of these in here. We're going to set this back down here. We want to get some planks and sticks. We're going to teach this both planks and sticks. The reason behind it is very simple. We also want to have a crafting table. Crafting tables do have EMC, so again, we're just getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. I want a tinker's table, so that requires us to make a patterns. We're just gonna put the rest of these patterns in here. I do want to get some sticks and uh some sticks and stuff. I can English. Anyway, we got us a crafting table now, or crafting station, which is like one of my favorite things because we can put a chest beside it. Uh, we want to build two things. First, we want a pickaxe. and a regular wooden axe. Uh, these will just have taught to the system, so pretty much we can just do a lot of twerking here, hit this with the axe. If we don't get a sapling, we can always grab one out of here. We have those both taught. And one of the things I want to do is, I think this west wall here. I think we're gonna keep our pathways to other ones along the west and east walls for the future, but some cobblestone. Let's just go in here, look at our create, saying it wants us to have 16 cobblestone. So we can go in here and just go give us 16 cobblestone from our transmutation tablet. Uh, it's saying make a stone hammer. Yeah, it's a couple of these guys, sticks here. I am going to try to keep you guys here just for 30 minutes. My first playthrough or first bit here is just a little bit of prep work into the more complex stuff. Gravel, we don't need all of it. We don't need all of sand. And there we go, we got dust. We can teach this to this, so now it knows how to make this for us. Super easy. We can get a grout now, which is this is another one of those packs where pressing G opens up this. So if we go in here to options, controls, keybinds, key, G. I just like just replacing all of these guys to functions here on my one thing, so we don't have to deal with that, and we can just type in gravel. Grab 4 pieces of that. Sand. We need 4 pieces of sand. And dust. If I'm not mistaken, we can take dust, sand, and gravel, like so. We get grout. I do need some furnace. We're gonna need a furnace and fuel. Furnace. We can teach this to this, so it just makes our life a little bit easier. We can toss these sticks in here. Smelt down one of those. I know, guys, you guys are probably like, but Malcore, you can make it so much easier. You're absolutely right. So, anyway, I would like to get some other stuff done. We got us a seared brick. And we're just gonna keep refreshing back here to these quests. Um I know that there is probably people out there going, be better if you did this or did this. Fully feel you here. Uh and while I will agree with most of that stuff, this is just the first time startup of this pack, really. more in depth. All right. We're just grabbing EMC stuff right now. The early game EMC stuff. We do have to get some andesite here. Andesite is created with cobble and gravel, so that makes that easy. So we can just go gravel, cobble. And guys, let me know how I sound down below. And also, if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me, and we are trying to get to 8,000 subscribers here. And if you guys want to know more about my switch over to Linux, feel free to ask, okay? Anyway, we got this stuff right up here. It's saying make this seared heater. Down here, we've got the shaft, the cogwheel, and the large thing here. To make shafts, we take 2 andesites. To make cogwheels, we take this. There's the large and small. All right. Saying make dirt, or it wants us to have dirt. There we go. Dirt. Taught to the system due to us having dirt on our property. Uh, let's see here. Can we finish this quickly? And the answer is actually yes. Andesite casing, super easy. We're gonna need this. We're gonna need 8 andesites. And 1, 2, 3, 4 makes 64 EMC. We've actually got a early game EMC farm here. Like, I could do, say, give me a stack of gravel and a stack of cobble. But wait. Gravel and cobble. And this should give us 4 stacks of andesite. Great early game. Great early game find there. All right, we need a shaft. Toss these zip in here. Logs, planks, and okay. We're gonna make this. Oh, planks. It's planks. We'll have to. We'll have to do one more log. All right. We've got the low grade water wheel. I want the slightly faster one. There we go. We got the higher grade water wheel. And now we need water. Oak crucible is 6 oaks and the planks or slabs. Should be like this. And this should give us this oak crucible. However, we have the oak crucible here. Anyway, we'll take 8 of these guys, some glass. I think we're gonna need a slab. Some planks, 3 of them. There we go. Ah, I just tossed the slab in there. All right, guys. Get this slab. We got this oak barrel as well. Now, what we're going to do is set this guy down. We're going to set this oak barrel right beside it. Get these saplings in here. I think 8 should be enough. So while that is processing, let's chop down some more wood. And get some more sticks. 1 more stick should be enough. Because we're also gonna need some string, so we'll get a crook. Uh, Set that there. Okay, that's a weird bug. Anyway, we've got the oak logs here. We'll set these silkworms in here to process. That can go away. So can pretty much everything else here. I want some glass bottles. Let's teach this glass bottles, okay? We'll grab 1 more glass bottle out of here. That's for each glass bottle holds about 250 water. So I'm just waiting for this to get done here. And this as well. Let's see here. So we're going to need clay. So we're gonna take dust out of here. We're gonna need some more sapling. All right, that looks good. So let's get a crook. All right. We got string added to this now. Really want to get into making powers. So anyway, really, the water bottle doesn't take the water. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Anyway, also, I'm gonna show this as well to you guys. 1 clay is 1 EMC. If you set up your clay like so, stacking it I do a 4x4, which equals 64. 4x4x4, sorry. And you just break it. You get 4 stacks of these clay balls at 16 EMC each. Another early game easy EMC farm. Uh, anyway, let's see here. We need bone meal. And in order to get bone meal, I am just trying to remember how I came across the best way of doing it. Uh, it's not with these sieves. In fact, you're really not going to be able to do much with this. It's bone meal. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you can get bones from this overworld shard, which let's make a processor for the overworld shard, which is just this natural resources. Okay, so we're going to want this. It's going to be, yeah, that. Also, we're going to need this basic resource shard. So we're going to need to get I can English. Some sheared bricks. I completely forgot about this. All right. Pretty much our early heater, we can teach to this system. If I'm not mistaken, can that be used? That's what we're trying to make right there. Uh, um, let's get this taught to this. There's that. I wanna store all of these. I want a bunch of this. Also, I want the compact grout. All right. We're gonna need a faucet. We're gonna need a table and teach this to these. All right, so this is just temporary. I say that right now. It's probably going to end up permanently here for a bit. Oh, we need a pickaxe. It needs to be stone level. So we can say stone, 3 of those, and a stick. And there we go. We get this. We place this like so. We get the seared heater. We can toss grout up in here, we can toss charcoal into here. And pretty much we're just making this compact this as quickly as possible. Uh, just we need quite a bit of this. So we're going to take the seared faucet. No. Those. You need 1,000 grout for one of these basics. We're going to be needing a lot of these basics coming in the future, but just getting the first one so we can make the most interesting thing. We're going to need 4 of these for both. We're going to need uh slabs, or not slabs, planks. Uh yeah, I think this is it. I'm gonna teach you this recipe. I wish you could teach it the basic resources right there. Um we're gonna need dirt. All right, so we're going to get the natural generator, and we're going to make the overworld core, which we can teach this the natural generator. Too bad we can't teach it the overworld core. That would be kind of neat. But we can stick this in here. There is upgrades for it, but I don't know what they are. And so, yeah, we can get bone meal or bones from this. It is just 4 of these will give us 3, so that's processed twice now. Three times. And 4. Okay. So now we've got bones. We can get clay out of here. I don't know if porcelain clay has an EMC value. It should. It does. So I can just teach this to this, and we can get a stack of it. Anything that has EMC at the end of the episode, I'll probably just toss into the EMC table right there. We got a porcelain clay. I'm going to fire these because I don't see a need for us to have them smelted down or not cooked. Now we can get water, but before we do, I want to yeah, that takes the entire thing of water. What if we set up a nice infinite water spot, say here? I will set this bar one with water. Wait, water bottles have 1 EMC? There we go. Um There, now we have an infinite water source and more grout being smelted down, and a full episode right here, guys. I did enjoy the very start here. We've got a good start. We've got the overworld processor going between episodes. I'm gonna probably melt down a bunch of this grout, get a few things. Next episode, we'll get into create. So, if you like this episode, hit that like button. If you dislike this episode, go right ahead and hit that dislike button. As I said before, hit that subscribe, follow button if you enjoy this content. I enjoy producing it for you guys. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers here, so share this with your friends and have them subscribe as well. Until next time. Later, Gators.